First Serve presented by Nespresso, coming to you this morning from Toronto in the National Bank Open presented by Rogers. Nick McCarville alongside Ben Lewis, and we are so excited for what's been a fantastic opening day. We're going to talk about Monday, we're going to talk about today, Tennis Tuesday, so much to get plugged into. First off, Ben, your moment of Monday, what was it?
Well, moment of Monday, Serena Williams has to be 23-time Grand Slam champion, getting her first win of 2022. Unbelievable, defeating Maria Diaz 6-3, 6-4. Tight, competitive match. Sometimes scorelines can be misleading, but I thought she played great. Oh, she played fantastic. We're going to stick into Serena in just a second, talk about that match, break it down a little bit. But what a busy Monday it was. Let's break down some of the other wins around the grounds. Simona Halep has won here before, and she actually just needed 61 minutes to take out Donna Vekic 6-love and 6-2. Also a win for Elena Rybakina, the Wimbledon champion, getting her first win since that All England Club triumph. Yeah, very impressive. Rybakina defeating qualifier Marie Boskova, who was playing great all through the weekend, but Rybakina surviving that one in 3 sets. And Halep just plays so well in Canada. Really, really clean tennis. She looks super confident. We know she made the semifinals of Wimbledon as well, and could be capable of a deep run here, honestly. Yeah, it was a huge afternoon. You went from Simona to Serena. Let's talk a little bit more about that Serena match against Diaz, who offered quite the challenge, especially in the second set. Serena had that really long 8th game where she, I think 7, 8, 9 deuces. She was able to hold. And then I think finally for her felt like, okay, I've got to finish this out in straight sets. What were you most impressed with? What was the one thing in the Serena game that you thought, okay, that's looking good? Resiliency. It has to be resiliency, right? You're talking about that 3-4 game in the second set where you could have that momentum shift. As you said, Diaz, she was playing really, really well at that moment, but Serena just digging deep, and we still see that competitive spirit, that competitive edge that she's had for, 20 plus years. Yeah, she has. She made her debut here in 2000. We're going to see Serena against Bencic or Martincova in the next round. Also around the grounds, Karolina Pliskova, former world #1, and Jelena Ostapenko, both of them getting wins. It was a very busy Monday, wasn't it? Very, very busy. Pliskova playing great, former US Open finalist. Ostapenko with the firepower, gotta like her chances as well. And then an exciting night session too. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about that night session where we had Venus Williams and Leylah Annie Fernandez in action. All right, Monday was already crowded. We were holding off the rain. It didn't come, and we actually got some great tennis. Leylah Annie Fernandez and Venus Williams both in action. Really cool to see both of them on court on a Monday night in Toronto. Yeah, such a cool night session. First chance for this Canadian crowd to see Leylah Annie Fernandez. First time to watch her since that French Open quarterfinal, so great to see her back in action. And then always special to see the icon Venus Williams still competing at age 42. Yeah, Venus, it's so awesome to see both Venus and Serena. The first time in Toronto since 2015. We had both Williams sisters and them both playing on the same day. How cool is that? Of course, we saw the 23-time Slam champion Serena Williams win her first match of 2022. Even cooler, I would say, daughter Olympia in the house to take it in. Some celebrations afterwards outside the locker room. And afterwards as well, Serena talked about what it meant to have her daughter watch that victory.
She's never sat at my match, so I was super excited. I looked over and I saw her in the middle of the first set, and I was like, oh my God, why is she here? And then I went into mom mode, does she have on her sun cream? I was like, okay, Serena, should I say something like take her upstairs to the suite? Because she's never been to my match. So it's kind of cool that it happened in Toronto, but I didn't expect it. But I was like, okay, Serena, just let go and enjoy this. And, it was good for her to have that memory. I mean, it's pretty cool. And she's never had it because I've always kept her away. And I'm so happy that she came out there. And so it was good. She doesn't give me a lot of advice before the match because, she just has a lot of fun. This kid has a lot of fun. But honestly, it was really cool. And I was really happy. And then I was like, okay, no racket smashing. Stay calm. Yeah.
Really cool. Actually, I didn't realize it was the first time Olympia watching Serena courtside. Really cool to see. We're going to see both of them later this week. Let's talk about today, everyone. Tennis Tuesday in Toronto. The lineup on Monday was amazing, but what about today? You've got Bianca Andreescu, Emma Raducanu, Belinda Bencic, Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka. That is just to start. What an awesome day.
This is a feast of amazing tennis, I have to say. Toronto-born Emma Raducanu, should I mention? She's facing last year's champion in Montreal, Camila Giorgi. That's a heavyweight first-round match. Naomi Osaka, as you mentioned, back in action here. She's playing the veteran from Estonia, Kaia Kanepi, who's now back into the top 30, so we know she's playing great tennis. And Belinda Bencic, great to see her play, Tokyo gold medalist, and you know, if she comes through, we could see Serena face her.
Yeah, she's got Martinsova. That's a tough match first off, but maybe Bencic, Serena. They played a classic here a few years ago. What about for Bianca tonight, Tuesday night, under the lights? She's got a tough one in Daria Kasatkina.
Yeah, these two have played twice before. Now Bianca's had the upper hand, 2-0. Actually, they played here in Toronto 3 years ago. A battle, 3-set marathon. Bianca came through. We all know the story there as well, notching the title in 2019. So I'm looking forward to this first round night session, Bianca and Daria Kasatkina.
Let's actually check in with BB. She's talked a lot about mental health and about mindfulness, about meditation, about yoga. We actually got to listen in on Bianca and a moment of Zen. Let's check this out.
I'm just kind of curious, like, what was it that kind of really got you in that direction?
It was definitely my mom. For the longest time, she's read books about meditation, mindfulness, and at first I was very skeptical about it, and my patience was not up there at all. I was 13, and along the years I just saw how much amazing impact it had on my mom. So I started getting more serious into it. My mom would put certain books on my bedstand, and sometimes I'll take a peek, and then at one point I was obsessed with it, and now it's a part of my everyday ritual. It's incredible, and I'm sure it is for you as well. It's very, very powerful.
Beautiful peek behind the scenes of Bianca Andreescu meditating, and we know she's a champion of this mental timeout initiative with Tennis Canada. We got a chance to sit down with her and ask her what she's grateful for and a mantra she sometimes leans on when she's on and off the court.
I feel very grateful for all the amazing people around me. If it wasn't for them, I think I would be a mess. So I'm very grateful for them. I tell myself everything happens for a reason, and I have this on my lock screen as a reminder. As you think, so shall you become. So I always, whenever I see that, I always make sure to think positive thoughts, and sometimes I'll do some manifestations as well, I'm gonna win Toronto in 2022, stuff like that.
Another part of the mental timeout series that we've been talking about is these positivity postcards on site. If you're coming here in Toronto, you can write one to the players. We had Naomi Osaka read a couple of yours out. Let's go ahead and hear from Naomi, and then she fills her own positivity card out. Who's she gonna write to?
You are such an inspiration. Thank you for all you have done for tennis and the mental health community. Do you know that awkward feeling of you don't know what to say in front of a lot of people? But I'm very grateful and thank you. And I don't really have a lot of words to say, but just know that I love you. Yeah. I basically wrote a note to Toronto and I said, thank you so much for all the love, and this city is a vibe, LOL.
Naomi Osaka, yes, back in action here at the National Bank Open with a Tuesday match against Kaia Kanepi, now inside the top 30. One of a handful of great matches, a feast of matches, I should say, to watch. All right, you got to give me your popcorn match of the day.
Ah, right. Well, I might be stealing yours, Ben. I'm sorry. You are the resident Canadian here, but I'm going to go with BB, Bianca Andreescu against Daria Kasatkina. I love that Kasatkina came through, won that title in San Jose. Andreescu, I think, has really been, we've seen her all over the ground. She's been so relaxed. She's been excited, I think, to be back in this atmosphere where she had that big breakthrough in 2019. I'm very much looking forward to that tonight.
Okay.
What about you?
You actually didn't steal mine, which
good.
I'm stunned. But I'm choosing Toronto-born Emma Raducanu, our U.S. Open champion last year, facing last year's Montreal champion Camila Giorgi. Giorgi hits the ball so hard, and Raducanu plays amazing defense. right from the baseline. This could be a thrilling encounter. So you got to watch that one. You got to watch them all if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's your pick? You can sound off on social media. You've got Raducanu Giorgi, you've got Kasatkina and Bianca Andreescu. Bianca, we're so excited. She the North is back in Toronto. We're looking forward to that. This has been another episode of The First Serve presented by our friends at Nespresso. I'm Nick McCarville, he's Ben Lewis. This is the National Bank Open presented by Rogers. We're gonna play some tennis. It's Tennis Tuesday. Ready, play.